A soft wind stirs through the abbey, rattling the heavy drapes in a quiet room. The camera glides along the polished wooden floor, pausing at a small envelope lying on the edge of a desk. The seal is broken, yet the contents remain hidden, a symbol of secrets waiting to surface. The sound of distant footsteps echoes through the halls, deliberate and tense. Hinting at unseen arguments or decisions being made behind closed doors, a shadow moves quickly across a candlelit corridor. Flickering light catches the glint of a ring on a hand, fingers tightening as if grappling with an unseen dilemma. Somewhere a chair scrapes the floor. The sudden noise cuts through the silence like a warning. Each subtle movement in the estate suggests unspoken tension, rivalries simmering, or hearts burdened with secrets. The abbey itself seems to hold its breath, waiting for the storm to break. In the study, the camera lingers on a quill poised above parchment. The hand holding it trembles slightly, hesitant yet determined. A letter is written, paused, then erased, an invisible struggle playing out in ink and shadow. Outside the window, the garden reflects the same tension. The sunlight is fractured by branches swaying in the breeze, casting intricate patterns that resemble the complexities of human emotions inside. The camera cuts to fleeting, fragmented images that suggest drama without revealing faces. A teacup wobbles on the edge of a table. Door closes just enough to conceal a whispered confrontation, and a gloved hand clasps another in a gesture that could be reassurance or restraint. The music rises, strings weaving through soft piano notes, evoking suspense, anxiety, and a sense of impending revelation. A whisper overlays the scene. Every family has its secrets. Every secret has a price. The words echo as the camera pans slowly across a hallway lined with ancestral portraits. The painted eyes seem to watch silently, as if judging the choices being made within the estate. The tension is subtle yet palpable, hinting at betrayals, alliances, and the emotional undercurrents that will define this new era of Downton Abbey. Outside, a shadowy figure pauses at the garden gate. They do not step through yet, their hesitation amplified by the golden morning light. The camera zooms in on the figure's hand resting against the ironwork, knuckles tight. It's a quiet, powerful moment, hinting at secrets, decisions, and consequences that will ripple through the estate. The abbey, majestic yet vulnerable, holds the weight of all these unseen dramas, silently waiting for the narrative to unfold. The section ends with a slow pullback shot of the abbey from the abbey gardens. The camera lingers on the estate bathed in soft light, shadows stretching along the walls, suggesting that, while the estate may appear serene, tension simmers beneath the surface. The audience is left with a sense of unease and anticipation, sensing that conflict, silent yet potent, is ready to surface at any moment. Text on screen optional for faceless video. Secrets linger. Tensions rise. The calm is only a mask. This section builds silent tension and invisible conflict, teasing drama through objects, shadows, and gestures instead of faces, making it uniquely cinematic. The camera moves through the abbey as shadows stretch longer, draping every corner in mystery. The halls feel alive, almost breathing, as if the estate itself senses the approaching storm. Footsteps echo faintly, quick, measured, then fading, hinting at secrets being carried through the corridors. A spinning chandelier casts fleeting patterns on the walls, like fragmented memories or fragmented truths waiting to collide in the dimly lit drawing room. A hand hovers over a locked drawer. The fingers tremble slightly, uncertain whether to reveal what lies inside. The camera never shows the person's face, yet the hesitation is unmistakable. A soft sigh, a creaking floorboard, a rustle of silk, each sound adds layers to the suspense, hinting at choices that could change lives forever. Outside, the gardens are alive with whispers of movement. A bird suddenly takes flight, wings slicing the morning mist, startling the quiet of the estate. The camera follows its path, then lands on a winding stone pathway, where shadows seem to move independently of the sun, stretching like unseen tensions within the abbey. Every step across the cobblestones feels weighted, purposeful, as if unseen characters are inching closer to revelations that will shake the family to its core. A mysterious envelope rests on a hallway table, untouched but impossible to ignore. The camera lingers on the seal, close enough to hint at its importance, but far enough to preserve its mystery. A soft gust of wind flips the paper slightly, teasing the viewer with the promise of secrets soon revealed. The orchestral score rises. Subtly, strings weaving tension and urgency together with gentle piano notes, building a sense of anticipation that something pivotal is about to unfold. Quick, fragmented flashes of action heighten the tension, a hand gripping a staircase railing tightly, a quill scratching across parchment with urgent determination, a door opening and closing just enough to hint at an argument behind it. None of these moments reveal full faces or identities, yet they carry weight, suggesting betrayal, discovery, or confrontation. The audience feels the narrative rising, each fragment of movement a pulse leading toward an inevitable climax. The camera then shifts to a wide shot of the Abbey exterior at twilight. The last rays of sunlight touch the rooftops, casting long, dramatic shadows over the estate. Lightning flashes in the distance, briefly illuminating the grand windows and hinting at secrets behind them. The Abbey, majestic and imposing, stands as a silent witness to the rising tension inside. It is beautiful, but also foreboding, a symbol that history, legacy, and intrigue are all converging at once. A whispered voice overlays the visuals. The past returns, and the future is uncertain. The words linger, suspended in the fading light, leaving viewers on edge. Every shadow, every flicker of movement, every hushed sound hints at the drama about to unfold. The section closes with the camera slowly pulling back, the Abbey shrinking into the distance, mysterious and enigmatic, drawing the audience deeper into its story. Text on screen optional for faceless video. The calm is ending. The storm is coming. This section intensifies suspense and anticipation, preparing the audience for the dramatic climax of the teaser while maintaining a faceless, cinematic feel. The camera cuts sharply from the tranquil Abbey gardens to a storm rolling over the estate. Dark clouds swirl ominously above, and the first drops of rain streak across the windows, creating reflections that twist and shimmer like distorted memories. The air feels electric, charged with tension, as if every secret, every hidden emotion within the walls of Downton Abbey is suddenly on the verge of being exposed. Inside, a candle flickers violently, its flame dancing across the room, illuminating only fragments of what lies within. A gloved hand clutching a letter, a wine glass, trembling as it teeters on the edge of a polished table, a shadow shifting quickly behind a closed door. Each subtle movement tells a story of conflict, desire, and intrigue. The camera lingers just long enough for viewers to feel the weight of these silent dramas, but never reveals the characters' faces, keeping the suspense tightly wound. The music rises in a dramatic crescendo, a blend of strings, soft timpani, and piano that mimics a heartbeat racing faster and faster. Quick flashes punctuate the scene, hands tightening on railings, a door slamming softly, an envelope dropping to the floor. Every detail suggests urgency, secrets, and pivotal choices looming over the family and the estate. The Abbey itself seems alive, shadows twisting like whispered warnings across the ornate walls. A lightning strike briefly illuminates the grand windows, revealing fleeting glimpses of the characters' silhouettes moving through rooms, paused in moments of silent confrontation or decision. The tension is electric, a visual storm mirroring the emotional turmoil inside. The camera pans out to a wide shot of the Abbey, drenched in rain and shadow, standing majestic yet vulnerable. A fortress of history now bracing for upheaval. A whisper overlays the visuals. Downton Abbey Season 7, 2026. The new era unfolds. The words carry gravity, promising dramatic change, mystery, and the return of all the tensions, loyalties, and secrets that make the Abbey unforgettable. It's a call to watch, but also a promise that nothing will remain the same. The final moments linger on a single, symbolic shot. The estate gates, slightly ajar, swaying in the storm. They beckon the audience forward, inviting them to witness what will unfold inside as lightning casts brief, haunting shadows over the stone walls. The music reaches a final, suspenseful note, then fades, leaving viewers with a heartbeat of anticipation. Text on screen optional for faceless video. Downton Abbey Season 7, 2026. The new era begins. This section delivers the climactic suspense and cinematic punch, leaving the audience eager and emotionally invested, perfectly setting up the final teaser moments. A whisper of history, a shadow over the grand estate, and a sense that everything you thought you knew about Downton is about to change. The gates creak open, the fog rolls over the sprawling lawns, and the camera lingers on the familiar stone walls of the Abbey. Something is stirring inside. A new story waiting to unfold. The video opens with the first light of dawn breaking over the rolling hills that surround Downton Abbey. Mist snakes through the perfectly manicured gardens, softening the edges of the estate and lending the scene a dreamlike quality. The camera slowly glides along the gravel path leading to the grand entrance, revealing the iconic stone facade partially hidden by early morning fog. The silence is almost tangible, broken only by the distant call of a lone bird and the faint creak of the iron gates as they sway in the gentle breeze. A subtle piano chord strikes, low and haunting, setting a tone of suspense and anticipation. The shot cuts to a close-up of the gates opening wider, as if inviting the viewer in, or perhaps warning them to stay. Shadows stretch across the front steps, hinting at movements within, yet no figures appear just yet. The Abbey seems alive, waiting, holding its breath for what is to come. Next, the camera pans slowly upward, capturing the ornate windows of the main hall, their glass catching the soft glow of the morning sun. Dust motes drift lazily through the air, disturbed by the faintest gust of wind. The visual lingers on a single fluttering curtain, as if someone or something has just passed behind it. The tension builds, yet the identity of the occupants remains a mystery. A whisper of a voice, distant and soft, overlays the scene. A new era begins. The words hang in the air, almost like a secret only the estate itself can understand. The music swells gently, a combination of strings and piano that tugs at the viewer's emotions, drawing them deeper into the atmosphere of Downton Abbey. As the camera glides through the grand entrance, we catch fleeting glimpses of the interiors. Polished floors reflecting dim morning light, a chandelier swaying slightly, and the faint rustle of curtains in the still air. Every detail is deliberate, every shot designed to make the audience feel the weight of history and the promise of change. The Abbey is the star, almost a character in itself, and it speaks of secrets, memories, and untold stories waiting in the shadows. The sequence ends on a slow zoom toward the main front door. For a heartbeat, the door seems ordinary, yet the lighting and angles imbue it with significance. Something is about to happen here, and the audience can sense it. The screen fades to black for a split second, leaving viewers on the edge of anticipation, craving what comes next. Text on screen optional for faceless video. A new era begins. The camera glides silently through the halls of Downton Abbey, revealing subtle signs that the estate is shifting. The grand hall, once pristine and timeless, now bears tiny traces of change. An ornate vase, slightly askew, a polished table reflecting the flicker of an unfamiliar candlelight. Shadows stretch along the walls as morning light streams through tall windows, creating patterns that dance slowly across the floors. There is a feeling that the Abbey itself is watching, absorbing the echoes of a family evolving. In the servants' quarters, the quiet hum of activity hints at the undercurrents of change. Wooden floors creak under unseen steps, drawers open and close with soft clicks, and a stack of letters tied with a faded ribbon sits untouched on a table. Each letter seems to whisper stories of the past, secrets that could reshape the future. The camera lingers on one envelope in particular, stamped with an official seal, its contents unseen, yet its significance undeniable. Outside, gardens show the first signs of transformation. Hedges have been trimmed into unfamiliar shapes, and new pathways curve through the grounds, suggesting that a new chapter is unfolding. The camera follows the path as it winds toward a distant fountain, where water glimmers with the first rays of sun. Every step across the estate seems deliberate. It's like a careful preparation for events that are yet to arrive. The music deepens, strings weaving tension with soft piano notes echoing the duality of comfort and unease. A door creaks softly in the background, hinting that someone has passed by moments before. Perhaps it is a familiar figure returning, or a new presence making its first entrance. The abbey feels alive, each detail conveying that nothing remains completely the same. A faint shadow crosses the staircase, unseen, yet suggested by the shifting light. The camera pans upward, revealing a hallway adorned with ancestral portraits. Each one watching silently, their eyes reflecting the uncertainty of this new era. It is clear that while the walls remain familiar, the lives within them are quietly, irrevocably changing. A whispered voice overlays the visuals. Downton Abbey has changed, but some secrets never fade. The words echo softly, almost lost beneath the gentle rustle of curtains and distant footsteps. The camera captures a fleeting image of a closed door, slightly cracked, hinting at the mysteries it guards. The estate, though seemingly serene, holds currents of tension and anticipation, inviting the audience to step closer, to witness the unfolding drama. The section ends with the camera pulling back to a wide shot of the estate bathed in soft morning light, Abbey appearing both majestic and vulnerable. The scene lingers just long enough to let viewers feel the weight of history pressing against the possibilities of tomorrow, leaving them eager to see what comes next. Text on screen optional for faceless video. Change is coming. Downton Abbey awakens to a new era. This section sets a mysterious, evolving tone, highlighting subtle shifts in both the estate and the story, making it unique from typical Tierest. The camera moves through Downton Abbey's familiar rooms, but the atmosphere feels different, charged with anticipation. Shadows stretch across polished floors, dancing under the flicker of candlelight, suggesting that someone has just passed by. A solitary chair is slightly turned, a forgotten scarf draped over the back, as if its owner had hurriedly left in a rush. These subtle signs hint at the lives within the abbey, lives that are quietly shifting. In the library, a hand reaches out to close a leather-bound book. The camera focuses only on the movement of fingers, the gentle pressure of a thumb against the page, leaving the person's identity unseen. A soft exhale escapes somewhere off camera, echoing the tension of a decision just made or a secret just uncovered. The viewer senses the presence of characters they know and love, but they remain tantalizingly out of view, cloaked in mystery. Elsewhere, window frames a silhouette against the early morning light. The figure pauses, head bowed slightly, perhaps in thought or sorrow, their profile hidden by shadows. The soft rustle of clothing and the distant hum of the estate's activity suggest that life continues, even as unseen tensions rise. The camera lingers on subtle gestures, a hand clutching a letter, fingers nervously tracing the rim of a teacup, shoe hesitating on a stairch movement hinting at personality, motion, and story. A series of quick, fleeting shots add to the suspense. A door opens and closes with a whisper. A chandelier sparkles as if disturbed. A pen hovers over parchment, but never writes. The camera never reveals faces, yet the audience feels the character's presence through body language, small motions, and the spaces they inhabit. Even without seeing them fully, their struggles, desires, secrets are palpable. Outside, the gardens again serve as a stage for silent storytelling. Shadow moves behind a trimmed hedge, perhaps a familiar character pacing or a newcomer, exploring their place in this grand world. Sunlight catches the edge of a gloved hand reaching for a gate. The metal cool under fingertips, signaling an arrival or departure. Every frame is composed to build curiosity, teasing the audience with hints but withholding answers. A whispered voice overlays the visuals, soft but deliberate. New faces, old rivalries, love and betrayal linger. The words hang in the air like a promise, teasing the drama to come without giving anything away. The estate itself seems to hum with anticipation, as if it knows the lives within it are about to be tested in ways both familiar and unexpected. The section closes with a wide shot through an open doorway, revealing the grand hall in golden morning light. The camera slowly pans across polished floors, flickering shadows, and silent spaces, leaving viewers with the sense that the Abbey is alive with stories yet untold. Every corner, every shadow hints at the characters' emotions and secrets, teasing the audience to stay, to watch, to wait. Text on screen optional for faceless video. Old bonds, new tensions. Every heart holds a secret. The storm has passed, leaving Downton Abbey shrouded in early morning mist. The estate is quiet again, but the tension lingers, almost palpable. The camera glides silently through the gardens, now glistening with raindrops, each leaf and cobblestone reflecting the soft gray light. Every frame whispers of secrets that survived the night and choices yet to be revealed. A shadow moves just beyond a hedge, barely perceptible, hinting at a figure unseen. It could be a returning face or a mysterious newcomer, a presence that promises change and stirs curiosity. The camera never shows who it is, keeping the viewer guessing, their imagination filling in the story. A faint rustle of clothing, or the soft click of a boot heel on the stone path adds to the suspense, suggesting someone or something has arrived to shift the Abbey's delicate balance. Inside, the camera lingers on small, intimate details. A single chair pulled slightly away from the table, a letter resting unopened on a writing desk. A curtain still fluttering from the storm's breeze. These subtle clues hint at unseen dramas, unsaid words, and decisions that will shape the lives of the estate's inhabitants. The Abbey itself stands as both witness and silent participant, holding the tension in its walls. A whispered line overlays the visuals. Some things can't stay buried. The voice is soft, haunting, almost conspiratorial, inviting the viewer to lean in, to wonder, to anticipate. The words hang in the air as the camera slowly pulls back to reveal a wide, foggy view of the Abbey, majestic and mysterious. Surrounded by shadows and lingering mist, the final shot freezes on the silhouette of the figure in the garden, backlit by the dim light, their identity still unknown. The frame fades to black slowly, leaving viewers with a sense of suspense, curiosity, and a need to return to uncover what comes next. The music fades into a haunting echo, a lingering note that resonates like a heartbeat, keeping the mystery alive. Text on screen optional for faceless video. Downton Abbey Season 7, the story awaits. This final section adds a lasting hook, keeping the audience intrigued and emotionally connected, perfectly rounding out your faceless teaser. If you want, I can now combine all 7 sections into one full, polished faceless video script with timing, visuals, and audio cues, ready for production.